Hi. My learning target for my students would be students will be able to analyze the ways imperialism influences the development of the New World by mapping the movement of European peoples to the New World. Then they will be asked to write a one-page reflective essay on that. So, first, what I would ask students to do is let's break it down. So, first, what does analyze mean? How are they going to analyze the movement? How are they going to look at it? What am I expecting them to do? Because a lot of students, especially in sixth, seventh grade, when you can throw out words like analyze, evaluate, and they don't necessarily know what that means. The next thing is imperialism. So I know during student teaching, I taught imperialism in seventh grade, and a lot of students have never heard of this word before. So that idea of moving, like a mother country moving and colonizing somewhere else. So Great Britain coming and colonizing the 13 colonies. So that would be imperialism, just a fancy word of saying that. But a lot of times, sixth grade students, seventh grade students, even eighth grade students have never heard the word imperialism before. And so when you put that into a standard or a learning target and you expect students to be able to do that, they also need to be able to read it and really understand what you want them to do. The next thing is I'm asking them to create a map, or at least mapping movement. So how do you do that? So I would ask students, I would show them maps of movement of people. So I could show them a very simple map of, okay, here is Great Britain or Europe, and then here across the ocean is the New World, 13 colonies. And then that map could be as simple as, drawing an arrow from one country to the other, drawing a boat in the ocean from one country to the other, maybe even creating a key, so that way students or I can be able to see, okay, an X means this, a square means this, and just for them to become very familiar with what a map looks like, what I expect in a map, and how there is some creativity and a lot of flexibility in the way that they could create this map. And the very last thing that I would probably introduce to my students in this learning target is a reflective essay. So you really start to talk about essays in seventh and eighth grade. Sixth grade is really talking about the structure of a paragraph and how to make paragraphs connect. And so with that connection, then you create this essay. And even though I am social studies content, writing and reading, which is primary language arts, is very much connected in social studies. And so my students will need to be able to write what they're thinking, and to really explain what they want to do and what they want to express. And so, yes, they can draw me this wonderful map of migration and the movement of people from one country to another, but I need you to explain why this matters, how this imperialism, how this movement really influenced the development. They didn't just move and nothing happened. So that's where the reflective essay comes in. What does it mean to reflect? One can reflect on oneself. What does it mean to reflect on something else? I might even give them an example of, okay, let's reflect, take a minute just by yourself, 30 seconds, to close your eyes and just reflect on what you did this weekend. So what did you do on Friday night? What did you do on Saturday? What did you do on Sunday? And then just kind of have them realize, okay, this is reflecting, thinking about it, taking a second, really stepping back. And then once you've thought about what these influences mean and how this movement did influence the development, then they're able to analyze it internally as well as externally, or on through this essay, and then they can write it. And that way I'm able to see, okay, yes, they can creatively create this map, draw some colors. Middle grade students love to color, they love to create. And so they are able to do that, as well as formally write, practice that grammar, because that's very much something that needs to be done constantly, and just let them know how to express themselves in one way, but also in another way.